friend of mine's got Hilti TE55 breaker and it stopped working, so we're gonna have a look what is the issue with it. But first, I got my 25th of April brew. We're gonna take this brew with us. And sip it nicely and easily and slowly whilst we're looking at that drill. I'm sure we're going to sort it out. We sorted out many other things. We will do that one as well. So now we are on 5th of July. So my brew, this one, it's been bottled about 10 weeks ago. And actually it's very nicely conditioned. Can you see the color of it? Very, it's like a pale ale. It's fizzy. Not strong at all. Maybe about 3% of alcohol. I like it that way. So let's have a look. My friend's Hilti TE55. It's a 110. So in UK, as most people know, we got 240 or 230 volts. So I need to use a transformer. You can hear a little buzz. Sometimes if you got any dirt on brushes. Nope. So turn the transformer off. Could be cable. Just going to inspect the cable for any obvious defects. Just running my fingers through it, or through my fingers. Just you can feel. Sometimes you can feel, sometimes not. No, nothing in the middle. Very often the cable breaks there where people tugging it and forcing the lead. So first I'm going to check continuity between the pins on the plug and the switch on the back. Now luckily this is Hilti. Hilti is very good for maintenance. So on the back of handle we got one screw, and that takes the back of the handle off, and you have full access to switches. I never seen a power tool with easier access to this. Sometimes you need to take out 20 different screws just to replace the lead cable, and look, you only got 2 retaining screws here and straight in there into the back of the switch. Perfect. Well done, Hilti. Makita, DeWalt, Bosch. Learn from it. So, what we got here? We're going to check on continuity. Ohm meter. You can hear a little beep. So 2 of the smaller ones are live and neutral, the bigger one is earth. So if I just hold it on one of these, I don't know which one is live, which one is neutral, but it should go either one. Right, so this one is neutral. I got nice continuity there. And I didn't have anything on live, so there is no cross. If I touch neutral now, it's nothing. If I touch live, there, and I can check him here as well. So it tells me that cable is fine. Now, well, that would have been an easy fix. Let me just double check the switch. Sometimes switch can pack up. So from neutral from there, the blue one will go into the switch and then come back out on this side here, and that wire will lead into the motor, and live will go here. It's coming here into the switch and then coming back out there. So if I just test continuity on open switch, or that is one that's not pressed, and then if I just now press the switch, right, live is good. It's a 2-pole switch, yeah, neutral as well, so it means it breaks live and neutral. So from the plug we got continuity to the switch, we got continuity through the switch onto the wires that lead to the motor. So at this stage I can safely say we can close the back of the handle, because there is no problem there. Now, next thing, we're going to check the brushes, because that is another common thing that can fail on any power tool, unless it's brushless, obviously. Only 2 screws, bit of jiggle, and the cover comes off. Now we got our brushes here and there, so to check on the brushes, there should be continuity between the brush plug. Let me try to zoom this in. So we got, that's where the brush is inside. It's quite worn out, as you can see. It's all the way back there. It should really be up to here somewhere. So it is worn out. That one as well. So I'm going to check continuity between this point here, that's where the brush wire plugs in. On the other side is that point there. And on the rotor of the motor, we got these collector plates. The little plates on that bit there. So I'm going to check against the plate, because with a carbon brush we should have a continuity between this point and that plate in there. Oops. Nothing there. Right, on this side I can actually see the brush there, and there is continuity. On this side here there isn't. Now let me just see if I can get some light on it. Right. Zoom. I think I know what it is. I'll explain that. I can see a bit of gap there where the brush is supposed to be, which means this brush here is not touching the plates on the rotor. The reason why is, on good quality tools, on genuine brushes, you will have a safety pin on the brush, and what they do is they prevent damage of the inner part of the motor. or the rotor of the motor. By usually the pin itself, it's embedded within the carbon brush with a little spring, and it's got plastic end. So what happens when the brush, as it's wearing out and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, when it comes to that safety pin, it releases, well, like eats up all the carbon, it releases that little spring that pushes the little plastic pin out and retracts the carbon brush off the collector and stops tool from working. So that's basically a tell sign to tell you that that brush is worn out. It needs replacing. Now what it allows you to do, you can remove that safety pin and safely use it for additional few hours until your replacement brush arrives. So I'm going to take that. Yes, it is there. Right, as you can see, this is the brush, and we've got, I'm just going to zoom this again. Right, you can see this little pin there on the end. That's the safety pin. On the brush, it's got a little spring, a little plastic end, and as you can imagine, this brush is cracked a little bit as well. It's probably not safe to use at all. We can do just a test, like a trial, but you can see that spring pushes out. That's the insertion point when they inserted it in the factory. So as you can just imagine, when the brush used to be in that long and all that was carbon, and as it's wearing thin, and as it came to this point here, this little spring broke out and pushed the plastic tip out, pulling the carbon off the collector. So if I remove this, also we got this wire here with another copper piece there where the brush is broken. So just to make it safe, I'm going to cut the end of it, because I don't want that to run, that little piece, I don't want to run that on the rotor and scratch it up. So I'm just going to snip it off. I'm not going to use the drill, I'm just going to try it like a test to see, is that all the damage or is there any more damage. So that's safely removed. I still got a bit of carbon here, enough for the test. So let's put it back in. Little retaining spring to pull out. Hilti. Very good tools, very good tools. That's for sure. And Hilti is made in a little country next to Switzerland called Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is a little kingdom. Right. Let's plug it back in. You actually can hear buzz on the transformer. And we got service now. We got electronic speed and we got gearbox mechanical change of speed. Now this service light, let's go back to that one. Just turn the power back off. How does he know that it's ready for service? Because carbon brush needs to have one wire. Like on that side there, got one wire. On this side here, it's got this one braided copper wire. But also, it's got this little wire here that we trimmed the end of it. When that brush is worn out so much, that end is actually trimmed and that wire is touching the power there. The power then goes back through that wire down into that little light, and it tells you that it's worn out so much that it's ready for service. So if I just unplug this just for a test, just unplug it, keep my fingers away from electrical bits, put the power to the transformer and turn the switch on. You can see there is no light, no service light. And if we plug this back in, so when you're buying replacement brushes, make sure you buy a genuine one with a little cable for service light, because it will save your power tool. See, now it's showing. So that's a little clever thing on this Hilti, and also some other good quality power tools. You'll find that on a cheap knockoffs you will not, because all these little things, they all actually add up and they all cost money. And, you know, not only quality in materials, it's actually how it's been put together. There you go, little beast from Liechtenstein, sorted. All we need to do now is go online and order genuine replacement brushes. Yes, it is Hilti, but I don't think the brushes are any more expensive than any other brushes, maybe double the cost. Cheap brushes a couple pounds for a pair, this maybe £5 or £6 for a pair. So I'll order new brushes and give it back to my friend. I think he's going to be over the moon with his little beauty back in use. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up. Please subscribe for more videos. I'm always doing things like this, always tinkering with various different things and stuff from work, stuff from my garage, all the time. All the best, guys, and see you next time. Thumbs up.